The Navy is very worried about their active part in compromising America's security by conducting war on the American people instead of doing intel 20 years ago with 9/11 and preventing it. And there's about three phones. I use throwaway phones, not throwaway phones, phones that aren't connected. From Walmart for $50, you get a 32 gigabyte card and a phone. And you see that right there? That tells me where this is, what it's posting to, and that's not there. And I'm trying to make sure this phone here, I can use to pose, because I think this one might be for lightning bolt, Lord Melton, and gold, which is great, but every time they make noise, I give them another parable. The Navy's treasonous war on the American people next door, and where you're at. So you can go by those investors' houses. That's where to get a nice set. Everything with At&T and Spectrum. They own Spectrum, At&T does. Get everything on video, on a nice map kind of thing, driving, interactive. And yeah, you go by their homes with a parade of noise, and I guarantee you, in your neck of the woods, whoever they're harassing, and that's you, whether you realize it or not, because hijacking lifelines and waiting on that time to Biden them all. Biden burns the children. The Pope burns the children. Organized rape crime family burns the children. They can't reach, their parents can't reach those 911s. Bring me up in front of all those folks with organized crime family and others and ask them, why can't I reach this man? What's your part in that? They don't know if your phone's making a pocket doc, documenting whatever it is they're doing, whatever they're active in, stealing mail, hijacking lifelines, stealing phone calls, and erasing the evidence of that. They don't know. So bring me up, and bring me up often. Oh, 32 gigabyte card. If you don't have all your imagery and videos like I do on it, it would go for weeks and weeks. And it's good. It's not he said, she said. It's what actually happened, and yes, useful in crime solving. Witnesses don't notice everything. What's that in the background? That's a very familiar car noise, a very distinct individual car noise. We can use that. But the danger is, folks, with At&T that have moved back in after better part of a year. They were trying to pass it off on the Mormon cult, and they're not the best, but this isn't the Mormon cult. Oh, they'd have the very old-looking cars. I made a video about it. And they suddenly disappeared. And yes, often like this now. They'll have the backup noise, what you can send back at them as you use that horn, your megaphone perhaps. Have that backup noise as you go past investors and At&T employees, Spectrum employees, and anyone else. Organized rape crime family, why are you doing that? Are you planning a revolution? Are you in progress with that revolution? Why can't I reach this man? It affects voting. It affects folks that want to build a better world. It affects you call 20 times to say, oh, there's these foreign looking folks and they look like they're training next door. and you can't reach them, well, you reach the India China light, as I call it, phone system. Make that big. If you hijack call to me, it's some of those MapQuest things with the cars. Every time you go by an At&T, roll past. Take a little bit out of the way, scenic road, instead of just going right to where you're going. And yeah, if you got folks with you, they can make videos of their hijack call to me in front of the At&T investors' home. 24/7. They're here 24/7. Have been since 2017, with the exception of a better part of a year. Then Stanky and Stevenson decided to start harassing again. But you go past and, yeah, make those videos of your hijack calls, and yeah, use that megaphone. We are watching you. This should be immediate news. The hijacking of our lifelines and lots of high-tech toys used every day that good folks who know how to do that can chronicle. They can point it out. Your computer, your phones, that affect your business. But as you drive past, honk, say, we know this isn't news, with that megaphone. It should be news. We're letting you know we're keeping an eye on you, so when the Navy or Marines or Ray, who knows, tells you to hijack those lifelines to kill off a family, perhaps a staged event in their neighborhood, in the middle of the night, and they're calling emergency services and they can't get through and the phone records will be erased. We're letting you know we keep an eye on you. Don't do that. That's visible. The fleet of noise across America. Spectrum and At&T. At&T, yes, owns Spectrum. Get those parades of noise going this Christmas season. Let them know you're watching and tell them we're keeping an eye on you.